Well, during this weekend's big AFC Championship game, a lot of fans are going to be watching this game.
But KCTV5's Greg Payne introduces us to one lady whose attention might be slightly more focused on the sideline.
Just walking around this nursing home just for a few minutes, you can't necessarily not know who they're rooting for on Sunday. And even one resident, she has even closer ties to the team.
Go Chiefs!
94-year-old Frances Rodina and her two kids, Terry and Ed, have been rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs for a long time.
It was Green Bay Packers.
Played the Packers, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that one, too.
And then they beat Minnesota in Super Bowl IV.
But it's Frances that has the closest ties to the team.
I was a seamstress at Hoffman Garment Company. We made school uniforms for mostly Catholic schools.
And also for the Kansas City Chiefs cheerleaders back in the 70s.
I think they called the company I worked for, and they put it on me.
The task of making the first Chief cheerleader uniforms.
Well, I don't think I was very impressed.
Well, her kids were, and still are.
Mom made my headband.
Oh, nice.
Just throwing that in.
At the time, Frances says the cheerleaders wore gold wool.
When they first started, there was maybe like 7 or 8, not any more than that.
Definitely a lot smaller than today's Chief cheerleaders. And speaking of those cheerleaders, we showed Frances what they're wearing nowadays. Here's one right here. Here's one outfit that they have there.
No.
Yours blew this out of the water.
We were all covered up.
That's probably his favorite.
I plead the fifth. And even though Frances isn't a fan of the current outfits, she is a big fan of her Chiefs.
Please bring home the Super Bowl.
And Frances has been working on a headband for her favorite player. Of course, you guessed it, Patrick Mahomes, which she hopes one day she can actually give to him. Reporting here in Overland Park, I'm Greg Payne for KCTV5 News.